Jennifer Aniston just sat down with Allure magazine and revealed some explosive things about her personal life that she has never before talked about, and that is her struggle to get pregnant and IVF.
For years, the narrative has been she didn't want to have kids.
100%. People said, and I sent this to you guys, people said, she's selfish. She puts her career first. She wouldn't give her husbands what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out she wanted to have kids. She tried to have kids. Jennifer Aniston, as a matter of fact, during this Allure interview, said, I was doing IVF. I was drinking the Chinese teas. She said, you name it, I was throwing everything at it. Years and years after all the speculation, it was very hard to realize that she could not get pregnant. She said at the time that if somebody had said, freeze your eggs because you never know what kind of technology is going to be in the future, she was like, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But nobody, it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean?
Is
It's
that why Brad Pitt broke up with her? Because
that was the narrative for years.
Yeah, that was a speculation. And she said Jennifer Aniston talks about that and saying, like, imagine hearing and reading and seeing all of the headlines and the newspaper the magazine articles and magazine covers of won't give him a child, selfish, all these things.
She couldn't give him a child and he wanted one. I mean,
sorry.
I'm not saying
she tried.
Technically it would be her fault that she couldn't have the kid in the relationship.
We don't know that.
Send your emails to in your DMs.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I feel bad for her, but technically, it is her fault. She can't have the kids because it's her.
I wouldn't put blame on anybody going through IVF. If somebody can't have kids, it's like just like a guy. If they can't deliver what they need to deliver into the oven, then it would be technically his fault. Now that makes you just referred to it as an oven, and then also said that it's her fault she couldn't get pregnant.
And I think what the people were saying was won't do it, not can't
do it. Won't
There's a
do
difference.
it. You're right. You're right about that.
Totally. And my thought is, then why didn't she come out and just say like, I'm trying, can't have them?
Because people don't do that. You people do not do that. Why do you think all of a sudden now that people are talking about IVF are the people who are struggling like, thank you for talking about this because they have struggled silently for years. It's not new.
I know Mankisser Matt talked about it first, and I talked about it with the IUI and IVF and infertility.
Yeah.
And we definitely had lots of people reach out and say, oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one. The thing about the Jennifer Aniston, and she can share or not share whatever she wants, but it's just odd that for years and years and years she's been slammed for not wanting kids, and just now she's like, no, I did. She never even said that before. It's just,
why would you? Because I can imagine.
I don't know why you let that narrative go for so long. She didn't have to say the IVF part.
You know what she said? She said, I let it go for years because it was the only personal thing that I had. And she said that she felt there was shame. Shame.
I see.
Well, there were, back in the day, and I don't know if they're still on the books now. I'm not kidding. And it's pretty crazy. But there were actually some marriage laws that if your significant other, I think both ways, whether it's the husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, couldn't get pregnant, that was an out, like in a divorce.
You can get divorced.
You can get divorced over that because that person couldn't get pregnant or couldn't get the person pregnant.
That's interesting.
Well, now we have so many advances.
There's still laws about that. I don't know.
There are antiquated laws for everything. Like where you can't. What is it? Paint your house blue in Wisconsin or something. It's like weird laws.
Well, I don't know how weird they are. I mean, if you go into, a lot of people are going to say, if you go into a marriage and that's what your plan is in life is to have kids, and then that's not going to happen, then that's devastating, I guess, to both. But that would be a reason, an out. I don't know. I mean, it seems insensitive to me, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, also, it's your vow that you take. I mean, I'm thinking most marriages that it's like for better or worse.
No, it's for better or better, and then when it's for worse, people are like, I'm out.
Well, now, but I'm saying people who actually honor their vows.
I agree with that, Katie.
People who actually honor them,
Squid, you get these, remember the certain things, separate things? We have some separate clips that happen.
No.
Okay, all right. Because there was a law, speaking of antiquated laws, just happened. Louisiana, I don't know all the details of the law, but on like a ballot initiative to make it finally that you can outlaw slavery. And they voted against it.
What?
That's what I read.
Yeah, there was like 5 states that was on the ballot
for some reason, because it's just been on the books for so long.
Yeah.
That they put,
isn't it already a federal law?
Yeah, but I guess it's some weird thing. I saw it. It's on the initiative, to outlaw slavery, and I think Louisiana voted against outlawing slavery.
That's got to be out of context.
Did they just not understand the wording?
Maybe I misunderstood.
It must have been crazy wording.
Yeah, or out of context or something.
It must be, but it was only, I think 5 different states had it, because I think Washington State had it. Maybe something we're missing, but I was like, wait, what?
Crazy.
Talking about antiquated laws.
No kidding. Well, Jennifer Aniston in this Allure magazine talking about how she tried IVF for years and was drinking, she said, Chinese teas. And she said, anything that you name, I was throwing everything that I had at it. She said, after years and years of speculation, it was really hard. She also talks about how she is not good at social media. Remember when she joined social media, she was on Instagram and it like shut down the site for a couple days. And she was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So she said she's just not very good at social media, so she doesn't have any of the other ones.
It shows she has self-control, because I could not let some narrative that for what was the Brad Pitt thing?
You think
25 years ago?
Katie just said.
I want to say I want to have kids. You don't get all the details, and it's personal to me. I've tried, but it's not working.
Well, because then you open yourself up to everybody and their mother giving you advice or telling you what's wrong with you.
You just said that not people don't want to do that, but don't you think it would have been a good thing? Because Jared just said after talking about it, so many people were like, oh, I'm glad I'm not alone. If she did speak up about it, it would have helped a lot of other people.
Yeah, but I don't think that everybody feels that Jennifer Aniston isn't responsible for making everybody else feel comfortable. I think you only share your story if you are.
But you are in the spotlight. You are a celebrity making millions and millions of dollars.
She's not a spokesperson for IVF.
I'm not saying that, but I mean just saying I'm trying. I'm trying.
But that's what we need.
It is just weird.
She's just not able to do it.
It'd be one thing if no one ever talked about it, but it was like discussion for years. Like, she don't want to have kids. I think Brad Pitt said, or let it leak through somebody else. He cheated on her. But the problem was she didn't want to have kids. And then he goes with Angelina Jolie and has 8 kids or 6 kids right away.
And it very well could be, because, by the way, this is not about Brad Pitt. This is about Justin Theroux. She wanted to. So maybe with Brad Pitt,
maybe she
didn't want to. Or, who knows? But then with Justin Theroux, they wanted to have children.
Was she married to him?
Yes.
Theroux, yeah. Mm-hmm. Infertility is
Brad Pitt and Justin.
Is devastating for both parties, but especially that I've seen for women.
And you can understand why somebody would not want. She's already living it every day. Mm-hmm. Every day she's going through, am I not? Is this going to work? Is it not going to work? Why would she want to then open herself? I understand it for her. I do.
She didn't have to, but I wouldn't. I just can't. We're all different, though.
Yeah.
But for years, that being slammed for that. Amber, what do you want to say about Jennifer Aniston?
So I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on the fact that, she couldn't have kids. And then he went around and married Angelina Jolie and adopted a bunch of kids with her. So it's like he knew the other options were available. It's not like...
Oh, like adoption?
Yeah, but Katie said she's talking about Justin Theroux, and we don't know what the status was of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston at the time. Maybe she didn't want to have kids with Brad Pitt at the time.
In the Allure article, she is referencing her time with Justin Theroux. So I don't know about Brad.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess people will now say, well, you could have adopted, and that's really easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Right. Yeah.
Easy for you on the outside to be like, this is what you should have done.
And maybe in her life she really didn't want kids, and for a short period of time she did, and she
Who
tried.
knows? Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? It wasn't meant to be, and she moved on with her life.
And now Jennifer Aniston is saying that she has actually, because as you age, she realizes that window for her, she says, has closed, and that it's like she's not come to peace with it, but you have to accept it. Like, it's not. That's it.
It ain't gonna
That's
happen.
not going to happen for me now. And so that's not like, because she said for years and years, it was like in limbo of, will it happen? And now that chapter is done. So it's maybe more at peace for herself.
She can marry someone else that has kids.
Maybe.
I'm sure it's high on her list right now.
Yeah, I don't. And that's not for everybody either.
No, it's not.
And you don't know till you know.
And it'd be harder for her. Well, no, it wouldn't, because she looks that magazine cover or whatever it is.
Oh my God.
Have you seen this, Jason?
Have you
No,
seen her?
but I guarantee you, just like Katie would say,
what?
It's all like filtered.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally.
I lately, if I really want to know if a celebrity or a girl's hot, what I do is I look up the name, and of course I put bikini next to it, and then I put candid.
Bending over.
And I get the candid
down
shot
to the truth.
And some of the shot look like even my girl Margot Robbie. I see her candid shots not as hot as all the other shots. Not as hot.
Yeah, wow.
It's just
I would say that is true for me as well.
For every human,
For anyone.
every human
all the
being.
humans. Like you catch me to the side, damn.
Yeah, have you
It's-
ever?
oof.
Have you ever? We've met celebrities before, or even like someone on the news because you only see them from the front a lot of
Yes.
times, and they turn to the side. I'm like, are they? What? Are they the same person?
What happened there?
I didn't know their head
Yeah.
looked like that. I didn't even know they had the side of their head. I thought it was just the front.
I mean, I even seen Megan Fox candid, and for a candid photo, she looked good, but not like she looks in all the other photos I see. Like even the Halloween photo with Machine Gun Kelly, she looks super hot there. Not in the candid photo, you almost don't. It's not even the same person. I mean, she was good looking. I'm sure if I was in person, I'd be like, oh my gosh, but nothing like
Yeah.
those photos.
I've seen Jason quickly avert his eyes when the candid photo pops up. He's like, I can't even
Yeah, I
look.
can't even see it.
That's disgusting.
Can't even see her right now.
I have an article about the slavery thing we were talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so it was Alabama, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont voted to abolish it as a form of punishment for crimes. So for like legal matters, like slavery was still technically a form of punishment that could be, I guess, dealt to someone.
I see.
Yeah, but for some reason, Louisiana voted to keep it. So I
Keep
don't know.
prison labor.
It probably has something to do with
That's misleading.
yes,
Yeah.
out of context. I
See,
knew it
I
had to be
would-
something
yeah.
out of context. It's got to be something to do with if it was illegal, they couldn't do something with the prisons or something.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
very
But
misleading.
they should change the wording.
Yeah.
Yes, they should
Yeah,
to make
'cause-
it way easier for people. Because now I'm like, okay, I get it.
Now I'm against these other things who ruled out for not having prison camps.
Right.
Prison labor.
Prison labor, yeah.
But slavery is a terrible
It's a
term.
The
terrible.
term, yeah, right away.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Well, lots of times they do that. It'll be like, are you going to sign the I Love America bill or not? And you're like, I guess. I don't know what's in it, but sure.
I
I'll
guess
vote for
so.
that.
If people find out I didn't,
They're like, you voted against the I Love America bill? I'm like, I didn't.
which we found out is the whole reason that Manchester Matt votes is so that we don't give him a hard time for not.
Right.
Right.
Oh, we got somebody on the phone, Elizabeth, who does not believe Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Why do you
Elizabeth.
not believe her?
So let me preface. I really like Jennifer Aniston as an actress. I think she's great.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that I don't believe she didn't suffer with infertility, but the technology has been around for a long time, guys. So she could have frozen her eggs. She has access to by far better than the average person. And I say this as a person, I suffered with infertility, did 8 IUI, had 3 losses, finally was blessed with a child at 43. But the technology to freeze her eggs, even in her 20s or 30s, was there.
That's true.
I looked up when she was with Justin. It was like, I think, 2015 to 2017. Yes, she was in her 40s by then. But I'm saying when she was younger, the technology was there.
But maybe
So-
by the time she wanted to have kids, it was too late. Is that possible? Katie?
Possible, yeah.
Yeah, she.
it
What
is
she
possible.
says about it in the article. This is directly from the Allure magazine interview that Jennifer Aniston did. She said, when it comes to infertility, it was very hard. I was going through IVF, drinking Chinese teas, you name it. I was throwing everything at it. I would have given anything if someone had said to me, "Freeze your eggs, do yourself a favor." You just don't think it.
So she's saying she
So-
didn't know about it.
Yeah, if somebody had maybe said to her,
And at the time, maybe at the time, she wasn't thinking
time.
about kids, would say, even if you're not sure about kids, go
Freeze
ahead,
your
go ahead and
eggs.
freeze your eggs because you might change your mind.
maybe that's
Okay.
yeah. So that's what she
Right.
says about that.
All right. Well, Elizabeth, glad that it worked out for you. 8
Yeah.
IUIs, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Isn't that
Thank you.
expensive?
IUI is expensive. It's not as expensive as IVF.
Yeah.
IVF
Oh.
is more expensive, but there's a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah. In a completely different kind of story, King Charles was egged. Somebody egged King Charles as he was walking through the streets. Do people egg each other now? Like
like
these
that.
days?
Not adults.
Why did they
I'd
egg
egg them.
the
That sounds
king?
fun.
He was in York, England, and he was greeting people on the street as they are wont to do. There was a lot of booing that happens, and somebody threw raw eggs. Even his, I want to say security guard, but you know what I'm saying, like it's
He
like
was
his
throwing
security
eggs
guards.
too?
No,
That is technically
But
assault.
yeah, and even the security and the guards were like, "Whoa, was that an egg?"
Hey, Mom.
Somebody throwing eggs.
Who has the egg? All right.
But that is technically assault. And here's my
Yes.
thought about the security of that.
Yeah.
What if that was a rock and pegged him in the head?
Absolutely,
yeah. Or a
absolutely.
grenade.
But they brought an egg instead.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Could have been.
I don't know if they're security detail. They don't have secret service like we do. I don't
Based
know.
off
I don't
of
think
the
Secret
whole
Service can do much at that point.
Nancy Pelosi type security, I'm like, what? I
Yeah.
thought we were way more secure than that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
scary, right?
that is also like walking, if when you're in the streets, and they do it so often, the royal family, that they're out meeting and greeting and stuff, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more.
Yeah.
But I do think the Secret Service, they sweep the
Yeah.
area and have all sorts of
That's true.
technology that picks up if there's any sort of weapons or different things of that nature at this point.
Yeah.
But
Any
yeah,
egg
back in the
detectors.
day,
Yeah.
it still could happen.
Nutbag.
Dang.
Even in England, when they're upset, it's like more
Yeah.
regal.
It is.
It's like,
It
calm
is.
yourself
Yeah.
down.
Calm yourself down,
Calm
nutbag.
It'd be like, you grandmother effer.
Yeah.
It'd be something different here.
You delinquent, you.
What are they booing about?
I mean, some people don't like King Charles.
I sound like people are chanting "God Save the Queen" in the
Well,
background.
I think they miss her.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Is that
R.I.P.
is he the one who got mad when he didn't have his pen stop
Yes,
working?
he's the
Okay.
hisser.
Yeah, he deserves an egg. He deserves an egg in his face. Yeah.
Don't throw eggs.
Yeah, he hissed at another grown person.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yeah, he
And
needs
he
to.
had a
Right.
camera on him.
Yeah.
He knew the camera.
My
Just start
word.
doing that.
Yeah.
In meetings.
Maybe it was an egg humbling. You know,
Maybe.
Well, you do that to
humble.
Josie sometimes. I heard you one time in a meeting. You go shh. You shushed her.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Because I remember she was like, he just
Well, you know
shushed
what?
me.
Everybody
shushed
probably
me.
clapped.
Someone finally did it.
I did not shush her,
Maybe it
did
was
I?
on the air. You were like, shh.
Yeah.
One time. I was
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
oh, he just shushed her.
He shushed her. He straight up shushed her.
That's the American hiss.
Get these pens out of my way.
Caesar Milan to the dogs.
Yeah, right. He's training the person. Make my pins. Put it in my sausage fingers now.
Oh, sausage hand man.
Yeah, his fingers are weird.